Good afternoon and welcome to the BUCS Premier North Division game between the University of Nottingham and the University of Stirling. You join us here at the Dave Ross Sports Village in Nottingham for what can only be described as a vital fixture for the University of Nottingham, with the league still up for grabs and Stirling will be looking for their first points of the season on a tricky away day. Nottingham come into this off the back of a 1-1 draw with Loughborough last week, and I'm joined by your favourite club and coach development manager, Matthew Nicholson. Matt, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sean. Yes, it's fantastic we got 45 minutes a couple of weeks ago and we've upgraded now to the full 90 in terms of commentary, so that's always exciting. But no, really important game, as you said. Stirling yet to get off the mark at the moment, and so that does make it tricky for us. But this league is very much still up for grabs. So if we have a quick look at the league table now, we can take you through that. So obviously Durham leading the way, strong side this year, undefeated currently through the campaign, followed by another strong side from north of the border in St Andrews. You'll see us there, the green and gold, sat in third place with Northumbria, Loughborough and then Stirling making up the rest of the table. In terms of the last three, we are 2 draws and a loss, and Stirling are 3 losses on the bounce. So all to play for today. There are other fixes taking place as well, so a game for Northumbria versus St Andrews, which could again be influential for our result today, and we've also got Durham against Loughborough, which realistically for us, if Loughborough can get some points out of that against that strong Durham side, that would be awesome, and that would really open it up for our final 2 games of the season against St Andrews and Durham, which could be a winner takes all.
Yeah, absolutely tasty fixtures ahead, Matt. We'll run you through the teams. It's a very familiar Nottingham side with just one change from the last home game here at Nottingham, with Emily Jacobs stepping in, Captain Jacobs stepping in to the back 3, which gives you Hazelton in net, back 3 of Meadows, Jacobs and Tweedy. In front, it's a very dynamic midfield 4 of Clarkin, Robinson, Hamblin and John. On the left, Wilshaw. On the right, Powell. And leading the line through the middle is Anderson. Matt, we talked last time about how Nottingham struggled potentially building out from the back. Jacobs has come in now, perhaps provides a bit more assurance for Nottingham. And we spoke with Jake Poole, the manager, yesterday, who talked about beating the Stirling press, and Jacobs will be crucial for that and allowing Nottingham to have a little bit more confidence in their build-up and really utilising what will be a team low on morale in Stirling, yet to find their first points, and Nottingham look to be really expansive with their build-up today.
Absolutely, yeah, we had a quick chat with Jake, and it's going to be really overloading that midfield. That's that kind of 4-box shape, some inverted fullbacks playing in that position there. He mentioned that Stirling will only press with the single player, so that is something that we'll look to try to exploit, and I mean we'll have a lot of time on the ball. Those of you that joined us for the Northumbria game will know that it was a very scrappy affair, lots of mistakes, and we'll be looking, I'm sure, to put those to bed and try and get a result here. And again, early goals are going to be key. I think if we can get this one done and dusted at half time, it relieves a lot of the pressure. What you don't want is a game like this dragging on at 0-0, and you're having to force things, which is when you become open at the back and those chances become aplenty. But yeah, see the team there, it's in good spirits. Slightly earlier kick-off time of 2 o'clock, obviously noting our team travelling a fair distance to get here, but we'll see whether that will make any impact on the performance.
You see there, just as we zoom in, Captain Jacobs with the rainbow armband on. Keep an eye out on UN Sport Instagram over the coming weeks as the Stonewall Rainbow Laces campaign steps up. BUCS Wednesday, 6th of December. We'll be looking to have a lot of focus around the LGBTQ plus community in sport, and it's great to see some high profile players like Jacobs representing the rainbow flag there. And Matt, you talked about the Northumbria fixture. I think it can be described as started off relatively nervy, quite a few mistakes, a pair that grew in confidence, and towards the end really settled, I think, and it was a decent performance. But enough about the commentators. What did you make of how Nottingham grew into that game last time out?
Yeah, I think in terms of the game itself, it was, as I mentioned, it wasn't the greatest watch, and I think both coaches were quite frustrated with the way that the game panned out. Lots of mistakes, maybe trying to overplay, not maybe playing that simple pass, but when we finally did start taking some shots and some chances on goal in that second half, it paid off. So I think what we need to do today is get the foot on the ball, pass around. As I say, there won't be the high, intense press from Stirling. I don't expect that, certainly away from home and with the setup that they've got. So I think an early goal will be absolutely what Jake will be looking for in this one, as it looks like we get ready to start. And it's probably their first game in a bit of daylight for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. And it allows us to say Nottingham in the all green, shooting from left to right, Stirling all black from right to left. And our referee struggling with the colours there and having to put on an orange bib. We're underway here at the David Ross Sports Village. Nottingham with an early bit of possession given away, and Stirling will have the chance to come forward with their number 7 on the left. That's tricky feet from number 7, but seen out well by Sarah Tweedy. It'll be a Stirling throw. Powell on the right beats the first player and has quite a lot of space to run into down the right hand side. Pass can't find anyone, but Nottingham are first to the ball. Back out to Powell, be able to play inside for Clarkin. We saw Clarkin really dominate the back end of that fixture against Northumbria with that goal. Made some crucial tackles as well. She's fed a lovely pass through to Anderson. The offside flag has gone up. Looked tight from here, but that's a promising start for Nottingham.
Yeah, much better. Again, a couple of weeks ago, one of the things we talked about was really not utilising that width, something that the championship winning side from last year were really strong at doing. Obviously, you can be tempted with that 4 in midfield to kind of play very narrow, but I think we have got strength on the wide positions. Certainly, there's players that we know what they can do running at the defences, so we just need to keep it wide, and we saw there nearly an opportunity to get in that through ball in behind the back. So more of the same, hopefully, to come.
The ball's played forward, it's closed down by Anderson, who's going to win that battle, I think, and plays it out left to Wilshaw, who's through one-on-one with the goalkeeper, gone for the finish, and it's just gone wide of the right-hand post. A bit of a let-off for Stirling there, because carved open far too easily, and Wilshaw had all the time in the world on the left wing there.
Again, getting the ball wide, there's plenty of space in that full-back position. It seemed like, from the Stirling side, really out of position and caught out there. It looks like they're almost playing with a 3 at the back, so probably potentially be playing with some high fullbacks, but that is leaving a lot of space in these wide areas, which we've exploited a couple of times already.
Well, you know how good someone like Milo Powell can be with space and room to move into, and you saw there on the left as well with Wilshaw. And here again, it's a great ball from Clarkin over to the left. Wilshaw one-on-one with the defender. Some tricky footwork into the box, closed down by the defender for Stirling, who'll have time to get it away. Well, that's just going to run out of play, and it'll be a chance for Nottingham to make the most of this territory. The ball's barely been in the Nottingham half in the opening 2 or 3 minutes, and that'll be really positive for Nottingham. And we know Jake talked about that confident build-up, really having some high intensity, and we've seen that already in the first few minutes. John with the battle on the left there, he gets it back. Some tricky footwork, perhaps a bit fortunate. Inside to Anderson, the touch just not there though, and I don't know if that went out or it was kept in by the keeper. Interesting goalkeeping nonetheless, and it will be a goal kick for the University of Stirling. We'll just look to catch their breath here, I think. Oh, it was kept in. My apologies. Free kick is punted along by the goalkeeper, kept in well by Tweedy, the Northern Ireland international, and John's looking to spray it out to Wilshaw, who'll keep that in just about. and have lots of space and time. Hamlin's made the run forward and he's found by Wilshaw. Now who's in the box? It's brought across. It's put just behind by the Stirling defender in some crucial yet unconvincing defending, and it'll be the first corner of the match for Nottingham. We'll look to capitalise here. That's great play, Matt, though, isn't it? You know, using that width like you talked about.
Absolutely. Left-hand side again. We've seen that a couple of times already in these early stages. Plenty of space up there. Just need potentially a better ball across. But if they keep creating these chances, I think a goal is coming.
Corner to be played in from the left. It's put on the goalkeeper. Oh, Lewis Powell was almost on the end of that. It's gone out for another corner. And they'll be looking to do the same in a very crammed 6-yard box, with Lucy Robinson just lurking on the edge of the area for any scraps that come out. And I think we've got a University of Nottingham toe out on by the zebra crossing. Ball is back in. First header's won by Stirling, second by Nottingham and gathered by keeper. Stirling will look to quickly get play going. And the keeper slows things down instead. Ball forward, and the header is won initially by Meadows. He goes out for a throw-in on that right-hand side for Stirling. And maybe a chance for Stirling for the first time in the opening 5-6 minutes to put some pressure on Hazelton in the green and gold goal. Although Nottingham come away with it, and Clara's got space to turn, finds Wilshaw on the left, closed down well by the right-back of Stirling, who you think is going to have a pretty tough battle out there. Nottingham won it back, and that quick ball forward again, looking for Anderson. John's made the run inside. There's suspicions of offside there, no flag up. Stirling can cover, and the ball forward has beaten the left back. Ball into the middle, Stirling are through, but it's brilliantly swept up by Tweedy, using international experience there, you'd have to say, and out for a throw-in to the team in all black. Stirling going to win the ball back at the edge of the final third. Finds number 7, who can't beat the defender, and it's a marauding run. Looks like a bit of a late challenge there. Referee seemingly hasn't seen it. Matt in the booth is going berserk. Milo Lewis Powell with the messed up clearance there, although they're pointing for maybe an injury timeout. Injury timeout? That's not very football, is it? I've been watching too much American football, I can only apologise. But some concern down on the pitch for Helena Meadows. Correction, Sarah Tweedy and the physios are on.
Number 16. Yeah, so just while we've got this injury break, just a few other fixtures that are taking place. You might be able to hear a little bit in the commentary booth here. We have got the men's volleyball ones that are also playing Edinburgh. Lots of fixtures against Scottish oppositions today. Currently absolutely cruising. 25-11 in the first set, 25-10 in the second, and 4-2 up in the third. Currently do top the league table, unbeaten. So just trying to cement that number 1 spot in the Premier North to get the best seeding going into the championship next term. But yeah, great start, and an early start for Freddie. He's used to the 7 o'clock start, so 1 p.m. I'm sure he'll be relishing in that. And actually, just a note on the volleyball, we'll have 7 out of 8 teams playing at home today, and at one point we will have, I think at 7 o'clock, 3 volleyball fixtures taking place at once, which I believe, and I'll be corrected if I'm wrong, but that's probably the first time that has ever occurred. So if you like volleyball, get down to DRSV because there's plenty of it.
You'll just see in the background there the University of Nottingham hopper bus passing. That is free transport between campuses and the local area. Scan the QR code on the screen now to find out more. We'll be back underway now after that lengthy stoppage in play, and it'll be the 28 of Stirling to get the throw in into their number 7. Can't take it under control first time, and Nottingham will be able to just use the space out on the left with Meadows looking for Wilshaw on the left wing. Some intricate 1-2 with John. The defender just cuts it out. That's good play by Nottingham though. Definitely have noticed the space and potential chance for an overload on the left hand side there. Throwing comes inside for Clarkin, who first time plays it through to Anderson, out wide to Lewis Powell. It's going to be one-on-one with the defender. Ball looks to come in, it's blocked and it'll go out for a corner. And another chance for Nottingham to get the ball in the box, put some pressure on the 6-yard box, where there was some unconvincing defending last time. The ball will be played in from Lewis Powell. Slightly deeper this time. The header is won by Nottingham, but it's put just wide, and definitely looking a threat from set pieces already within the first 12 minutes. Stirling get away with it this time, and it'll be a goal kick. First bounce of the goal kick beat everybody, and it's fallen to Stirling, who looked to play the ball forward down their right wing, but it's cleared well. Clarkin just takes the ball under control inside to Robinson, who will look to spray it out. Lewis Powell beats the defender. The ball inside is on to Anderson. One-on-one with the keeper now though, and it's hit the bar. Stirling have got away with it again. Can Nottingham get on the second ball? It's fallen outside the area to Clarkin. 1-2 with Wilshaw taking up the left wing position now inside to John. Two defenders on it, not a problem though. Is that a shot? I think it is. Well held by the keeper as Wilshaw came steaming in for the rebound. Stirling get away with it. Matt, you've got your hands on your head.
Well, it was fantastic play again, exploiting those wide areas. Plenty of space left by the Stirling defence. Milo, well known for his pace down that right-hand side, had a great shot, but probably put too much into it actually and overhit it, and it's cannoned off the crossbar. But the chances keep coming, and I do think sooner rather than later the breakthrough is going to come.
Stirling will break now though with the right winger. Looks to bring it across into the middle. Meadows sweeps up well. Seems that most of Stirling's attacks are looking to come down their right, our left. And Meadows does well, having a field day at left back. And it'll be a throw in for Nottingham. It's inside to Robinson, who can turn into a bit of space and find John. Closed down by two defenders, but again beats both of them, and a third options to play the ball forward now. It goes right to Lewis Powell. They just weren't on the same page there. It'll run out harmlessly for a goal kick. But the right ball there, and Nottingham were 3-on-2, I think.
Yeah, it was a fantastic play, really good feet in the midfield, and already, you know, miles better than the game we watched a couple of weeks ago. We're putting those passes together, we're finding the space. Yeah, this is a much better performance from the green and gold.
Feels like a case of when, not if, for the Nottingham breakthrough. And that midfield battle has been won by the green and gold every single time. That overload that Jake told us about earlier in the week. They'll come out wide for Anderson to beat the defender. Cleared well though, and it'll be a throw-in that Lewis Powell will look to take. Options back to the right back in Tweedy, which they look for. First touch isn't brilliant, but they'll keep the ball back out to Lewis Powell on the right. One player to beat, does without much problem. Inside to Anderson, the finish is deflected wide for a corner. Third corner of the game for Nottingham. And the pressure is ramping up.
Let's take a look at that replay then. You can see ball taken out to that right-hand side and fantastic pace. And just cannons off the bar. It's the right idea. It's gone for the height to lift it over the keeper, but just a bit too much on it.
Corner's come in a bit more shallow this time. It's fallen out to the edge of the area, 46. That is Tweedy with an audacious volley attempt from the edge of the area, held by the Stirling keeper, who I think has had the most touches for this Stirling side. Not often wrong, Matt, not often. Clarkin just loses that battle in the centre of midfield, and the linesperson out on that side signals for a Stirling throw. It'll be a goal kick for Nottingham. You can see a bit of IMS netball in the background. Check out your local club or society for any potential IMS teams. Always looking for players, and a great way to get active on a Wednesday afternoon. I'll tell you what wasn't active though, the receiver of that pass for Nottingham. And Stirling will look to come forward, but it'll be seen out harmlessly. That'll be a throw-in that Meadows will take quickly inside to Clarkin. Bit of neat footwork needed inside there. Nottingham do get out just a little bit, but swept it well, and Stirling have a chance to come forward again. A nice 1-2, but Nottingham will get on the end of it and look out to this left side. That's a great ball by Wilshaw. John, who's been one-on-one with the defender, just doesn't have the legs to get there. Ball played back to the keeper, who can clear it first time. Won by Clarkin, just to the right to Robinson. Plays a neat ball out wide to Tweedy, back to Robinson. Nottingham will just look to calm this down a little bit. Clarkin beats one, beats another inside to Anderson. The return ball wasn't there. Finds John, who this time loses out. It must be the first time this game. Stirling will come away on the right hand side, but dealt with relatively easily by Nottingham. Back inside for Robinson and Hamblin to deal with. Using that left-hand side again, Nottingham, there's always the overload, always the extra player, and Nottingham looking very comfortable in possession at the moment.
Yeah, system's working perfectly. We talked about that, you know, plenty of touches in midfield, plenty of time on the ball. There's not a real high press coming in from that Stirling side, so you can see some nice touches from the midfield four and being able to play the ball around, although that was better done.
It's a great ball by Anderson, looking for Lewis Powell. Will they get there before the keeper? Not quite. The clearance was charged down, looked like a hand, but no harm for the Stirling goalkeeper, who just about gets away with it, and the pressure on the Stirling goal has been relentless in the opening 20 minutes. It's booted forward by the keeper. Stirling going to actually get on the end of this. Limited options though for the right winger, and Theo Clarkin just getting over to put the ball out and help Nottingham just reset a little bit back into the defensive shape. The battle is won there by Stirling though. The ball was looked to be played inside, and that's a hefty challenge in the middle. The referee sees nothing wrong with it, and John will just use a bit of composure to get Nottingham back into it. And it's the first time I mentioned Hazelton's name this game, who looks to spray the ball out to Lewis Powell. It's a great ball and just very neat football from UON. The ball forward was looking for Hamblin making that run from the midfield, but it's cut out. Stirling looking to get onto the end of it. Hazelton will clear that, but the Stirling defender had got the better side of Meadows there. Clarkin with a bit of time and space in the centre of the park, as Nottingham look to just keep the ball at the moment. Finds John, who again beats their player and another, and the ball forward looking out onto the right wing for Lewis Powell, who will do well to keep it in, and they do. Options in the box in Anderson. They'll take the one-on-one with the defender, beat them onto the left foot perhaps for a finish, onto the right. The keeper's, well, you have to ask how that's not gone in. The ball seemed to squirm past the keeper, and at the second attempt it was prodded just wide, but that's a battle that Lewis Powell is winning every single time, Matt.
Absolutely, yeah. I think this is where the chances are coming from, and this is probably where the first goal will eventually come from. And like you say, I think it is just a matter of time now. A couple of lucky ricochets there, but it's just not fallen at the feet of Lewis Powell to slot that home. But yeah, as I say, there'll be absolutely no concerns from Jake here in this opening 20 minutes or so. Seeing plenty of the ball, plenty of possession. We've just got to try and get that opening goal really to just settle the nerves, because the longer it stays 0-0, the pressure will build.
And the confidence from Stirling will build as well, the longer it stays 0-0. You know, they'll only need a counter-attack, goal, set-piece, anything like that, and the longer that Nottingham fail to find the net, the more chance that Stirling will have of a goal becoming really impactful. But Nottingham win the midfield battle there, and it'll be cleared out onto the right, looking for John, who's absolutely everywhere in the midfield today. Can't beat the number 4 of Stirling, but it'll go out for a throw-in, which Tweedy will take. Comes back for Lewis Powell, inside for Robinson. Nottingham will just look to stretch the pitch here. The ball is on to the left for Wilshaw, who again is one-on-one with the right back. Neatly works back into the middle. Robinson seems to have all the time in the world whenever she gets the ball. Finds Tweedy, opens up from range, and it just goes wide, but I'm not sure the keeper was convinced that was going too wide. I'd had more confidence in it than me though.
I'll say one thing, Tweedy's probably had 3 or 4 chances, which is pretty impressive for a defender playing in a back 3. Fantastic opportunity there, and that is actually a lot closer than you think it was. You know, it's probably, you know, couple of inches either side, and that's in. But I would just want to say, you know, again, as we have the hopper bus about to come round for a third trip, right time to put up the QR code again.
The QR code is up, Matt, and you'll notice the hopper bus just perfectly landing just right outside the front door of the Devon Sports Village. Those getting off are being treated to an attacking masterclass from the green and gold, albeit without scoring. And, you know, for free on the hopper bus between campuses all day and through the night. Check out the QR code on screen now to find your nearest stop. Throwing for Stirling, header won by one of their forward players but swept up by Tweedy, who I actually don't know how she's got about everywhere on the pitch. As we say goodbye to the hopper bus for now, Lewis Powell looking to beat their defender, and it's going to be a green and gold throw-in down this right-hand side. And we've seen a bit of a shift, haven't we, Matt? We started off with Wilshaw on the left really being the main threat of attack, and now that that pointer's focus down on the right with Lewis Powell, one of our Just Play ambassadors. And for more information on our Just Play programme, check out UN Sport Instagram. This week we've got the Martial Arts Week, where you can come down and try all sorts of martial arts. That was very close, Matt. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there, but any comments on the Just Play programme and or Martial Arts Week?
Well, second year that's been running Martial Arts Week, was really popular last year, so just really trying to get people to experience different forms of martial arts that we have. So yeah, as you said, loads of different programs and activities going on. But as for Just Play, an awesome program to get involved with. If you're looking for something that is no strings attached, just come down, get involved without the commitment of a sports club, then do check out the website, because there's plenty of activities that take place throughout the week. But there's also some one-off stuff as well, some more of the trip-based things. So do have a look.
Got the replay here of that chance that just squirmed under the goalkeeper. You see Lewis Powell, that lucky ricochet to get past the first player, cuts back onto the right foot. It goes just under the keeper's arms, and that second chance, just you wonder if the Stirling defender was going to block anything that did come across. Could have gone left foot earlier, I think, but just wasn't to be. As John looks inside for Robinson, but it's cleared by the Stirling defender, but can't get past Clarkin. And that's some confident defending from Tweedy, who'll go inside to a captain in Emily Jacobs. And some neat football between Meadows and Clarkin means that Nottingham will progress into the midfield, and the ball out by John to the left for Wilshaw, inside through to Anderson. Nobody in the box to aim for, and that's gone out, and the referee has given a goal kick. Not much to work with there for Anderson. Maybe attempt to get a corner or something like that, but great build-up play for Nottingham, and Jake talked about being quicker, more decisive, more expressive, expansive in their build-up play, and we saw a prime example of that there.
Absolutely, yeah, cannot complain at all. I think the football has been really, really good. The passes are finding the feet of the players, very different to the team we saw 2 weeks ago. And yeah, it's been some nice play. There seems to be a lot of time. Stirling again, not really pressing too firmly on the UN team, but I think, as we've mentioned a few times already, it'll be the left or right hand side on those wings, cutting inside, that will probably create the opening goal, which hopefully we see sooner rather than later. We mentioned not wanting it to last and going 0-0 for too much longer, and actually that's probably what occurred when we played them earlier on the season away in Stirling. It was a 1-0 victory, but it was very similar kind of script to this, of plenty of chances and just couldn't take them. So we'll hope to avoid that, although matching the win and the result would obviously be important as we go again on this right hand side.
It's well swept up by the keeper and pressure on Anderson there from the defender as well. A quick score update from the volleyball. It was a 3-0 victory for men's ones against Edinburgh, 25-13 in the third. So that'll keep them top of the league and keep them happy as well. Back with the football though, and it'll be a throw-in for Stirling on this left-hand side. I haven't seen much down the left from Stirling, other than some good footwork early on by the number 7, who's been a bit absent from the game for the rest of it. Anderson will battle with the number 4 of Stirling, and although she didn't win that battle, Nottingham will sweep over, and this will be Hamblin, who we've not heard much from, with a sweeping ball out left to Wilshaw, who'll keep it in and will have all the space and time in the world. The ball is inside, looking back. There's an offside flag that I missed there, but great build-up play again. And Stirling will get away with it. This opening half an hour has been expansive and quick football from Nottingham. Stirling really struggling to string too many passes together to put much threat on Nottingham back line. And anything that does come forward is being dealt with quite comfortably by the Nottingham defence. Although a misplaced pass there, and Stirling will have a chance again on the left-hand side. With their number 28, with a few players to aim for. although they've been marked pretty well by the green and gold. Throw looks inside, and that is not the most convincing of clearances from Lewis Powell, but the throw-in goes Nottingham's way. And it'll be Sarah Tweedy to take. The run forward is by John, who takes it well. Beats the number 20 of Stirling. The ball inside is through to Anderson, who just has to beat number 4 before getting to the keeper, but it's well defended by number 4, using their strength, allowing the keeper to just come out, who has done a pretty good job in sweeping up anything that has come in through ball-wise into the box, and will look to get it away with a big boot under it. It's a hell of a kick, that. And Tweedy can just volley it out of play back towards the halfway line for a throw-in to Stirling. Again, Tweedy's having a great game there, nullifying any threat that's coming forward from the number 7 or any balls forward down the Nottingham right-hand side. And the throw-in is going to be headed out for another Nottingham throw-in, who will progress down the right-hand touchline. Inside to Lewis Powell. Back to goal, just inside the Stirling third, but plays inside well to Tweedy. And between Tweedy and Hamblin, they'll just about win that ball. The Stirling centre-back comes out to battle with Anderson to win it, but Anderson just looking for anyone to make the run forward. It didn't happen, and just a bit loose from Nottingham there. But again, every single time the ball is falling to a second bounce in the middle of the park or going astray, it's a green shirt that's getting on the end of it and usually launching an attack for Nottingham. Meadows will win the ball out on the left. The through ball forward for Wilshaw is on, but comes inside to Anderson. There's the ball to Wilshaw. A lucky deflection. It's Wilshaw through one-on-one with the keeper, and it's saved and just gone wide. There were suspicions of an offside there, and I think it has been given, but perhaps not the right ball in the first place, Matt.
Yeah, probably the wrong option on this occasion, but again, it's still really, really positive stuff, getting forward in numbers. Again, it's those wide positions that we're continuing to exploit. There's plenty of room out there, but again, just mistiming that pass, maybe trying to play it a bit earlier, or potentially the wrong option there on this occasion. But we keep going, and with kind of just over 10 minutes left of this half, we'll be trying to get something on the board.
Yeah, and I think we'll have a fair few minutes of added time as well, given the lengthy stoppage earlier on. Lewis Powell beats the defender though. There'll be one-on-one with the keeper. Doesn't take it first time. And it's gone in, and it's a goal for Nottingham. Milo Lewis Powell with the finish and the celebration. Teammates come over. And given all the build-up that Nottingham have done so well, it was a bit of a ball played, long ball forward. But this time the chance is taken by Lewis Powell. And after 32 minutes, it's University of Nottingham 1, University of Stirling 0. Matt, that was a great goal.
Yeah, great goal, and the blueprint really of what we've seen so far in this first half. Fantastic play and a great finish. I'm really surprised actually from the Stirling point of view. They haven't changed their structure or their shape. You know, they still seem to be playing very, very narrow, and it's just going to keep creating those chances. But took it really well, went low, hard, under the keeper, and it is 1-0. And as you said, Sean, it was only a matter of time.
Yeah, and you've got to think that will give the team in green a fair bit of confidence now with, like you say, 10-15 minutes or so left in the half. They'll be looking to add to that lead, and this will make Stirling have to come out of their shell a little bit. They'll have to push forward to try and get something back. If not before the half, then definitely in the second half, and that will just create more space for Nottingham, whose newfound confidence in this game has led to a goal, and a goal that we didn't look like scoring against Northumbria, I think it's fair to say. And it's come down that right-hand side where we saw that switch, perhaps from Jake or perhaps from the players, in our point of attack. And it's paid dividends, and Nottingham lead 1-0.
And again, the intensity has been really, really good. If we compare it to a couple of weeks ago, we were kind of second to every every opportunity, and we weren't necessarily following our passes, and this today seems a completely different team. We're there, we've got energy, we're fighting for every ball, we're playing some fantastic football as well. Another long range shot. The on targets numbers are ticking along quite nicely actually.
And we talked about last time out against Northumbria, it was Thea Clarkin that really took the game by the scruff of its neck and got that goal in the second half for Nottingham and really dominated the game. We've seen, certainly from my opinion, it's been John in this opening half an hour that's just been absolutely everywhere on the pitch, unlocking the defence, spraying the ball out wide, and just seems to be everywhere. And Nottingham are thankful they've got that to rely on. And you just think, what more could come from a confident Nottingham side now? It'll be Robinson with time on the right-hand side, turns back in, plays the ball out to the aforementioned John, with a clever ball looking out wide for Lewis Powell, but that's going to roll out for a Stirling throw. We've got a replay up of the goal, and you see the second ball won in the midfield by Nottingham, and then that early run beats the defender, does Lewis Powell, goes one-on-one with the keeper, and as Matt said low and hard, and the keeper just couldn't get down quick enough. Nottingham took the lead, and it was all from that second ball that Nottingham are winning in the middle of the park every single time, quicker to the ball, not just quicker than Stirling, but quicker than we have been in previous weeks. And we joked last time out that Northumbria were the draw specialists. We've come in off the back of 2 draws ourselves, and this is just a much better performance already. John will look to sweep the ball out wide to Wilshaw, but it falls inside a few ricochets. That's unfortunate. It's come out to Wilshaw, one player to beat, cuts back inside onto their right foot. Space opens up. Comes out to Lewis Powell to Robinson. First time, not the best finish, and potentially the first time Robinson's given the ball away. An assured performance in the centre of the park, just holding that defensive midfield position really, really well. 37 minutes played here at the Dave Ross Sports Village, and it sounds like it's time for another Hopper Bus update. In the comments section, what's your favourite Hopper Bus stop? We'll check in at half time. Robinson looking to play inside for Lewis Powell, but it is defended well, although the out ball from Stirling finds a green shirt every single time. John with an absolutely spectacular effort from about 85 yards out, and the keeper has claimed it. That was speculative, Matt.
Well, I'm starting to think now, and I know, obviously Jake, he does a lot of research. There would have been a lot of video analysis that's gone into this, hence, the formation, which has absolutely paid off. But we're seeing a lot of long-range efforts. I know, obviously, the goal that we saw against Northumbria was pretty spectacular, but I would just wonder whether maybe they've seen something in other games or when they've played previously around the keeper's ability from, long-range efforts. But to be fair, she's standing up well and has had no issues with the long-range stuff so far.
And we know players like Clarkin and John can hit it. We've seen some spectacular goals back end of last season and last week, as you said. The Stirling keeper will get this clear. And again, I feel like a broken record, but the second ball is won by Nottingham in the middle of the park. The ball forward by Stirling is won by Nottingham, and Robinson will just bring in control. A very assured performance from Robinson in the midfield, and it allows Nottingham to spring an attack down the left, but just can't be kept in by Wilshaw. be a throw out on the left for Nottingham. Taken looking for John, who keeps that in well. Looks inside, nobody making that run into the middle, and the Stirling keeper, who we should probably get the name for, to be honest, given how often we've mentioned her, looks to spring an attack, but it's swept up by Tweedy, who plays the ball forward looking for Lewis Powell, who can't get on the end of it. Number 4 deals with it, and great press. That two-player press from Nottingham means that the ball goes out for a throw and we can launch a quick attack. Not quite on the same page there with Tweedy, but we'll get the throw in and chance to maybe get the ball in the box with some players forward here for Nottingham. Lewis Powell brings it under control well. He plays a safe ball back to Robinson, with the captain Jacobs out left to Meadows, with a nice 1-2 with Robinson just opening up the pitch so well. Out wide left to Wilshaw, who makes the second run after a pass from John. Matt's loving it in the studio. Wilshaw beats one, will look to beat another. He's fooled us all in the commentary box. And again, his quick feet, plays it inside to Clarkin. And it's pulled just wide left of the goal. Keeper absolutely flat-footed. The commentary box flat-footed by the dazzling footwork of Wilshaw on the left. Beat 3 players, found the pass, and it just couldn't be guided into that bottom corner. Went for placement over power, and that was some brilliant football, Matt.
That was unbelievable. I think, that goes 2 foot to the right-hand side, and we're playing that on Match of the Day next week. That was fantastic. Excellent feet, sold the defender inside and out. And that's the thing that, actually, to be fair, Wilshaw's done really well. She can go left, she can go right. She's tried, inside and out, and I think that just causes all sorts of confusion for the defence. But, yeah, really, really unlucky. Deserved the goal, and I'm sure we'll get a replay of that again, because I would definitely like a second look.
We've got Mark on the tools over here for director today. We're wondering if we'll get a 100% possession stat at some point as well, given last time's debacle. It'll be Clarkin who wins the battle in the midfield and finds the ball to Robinson. Looks to play it forward to John, who beats the defender and another. Can play it forward to Anderson, who's beat the offside trap. He's going left. Didn't beat the offside trap. Looked close from here. And we've got the replay coming up of that unbelievable footwork from Lauren Wilshaw. Matt, take us through it.
That's all we've got, I'm afraid, folks, which was actually the finish, which wasn't the bit we wanted to see. So we'll get that checked, and we'll get a new director hired ASAP.
Anderson will play the looping ball over, looking for Wilshaw, who will not quite win the second ball, but it will bounce kindly for Nottingham. Wilshaw just using her strength to beat 2 players. And that looks like a foul there. Just the tricky footwork again, too much for the Stirling defenders, and Nottingham will get their first free kick of the afternoon, 43 minutes in, coming up to half-time with we'd expect a few minutes added on for that earlier injury. And a chance for, looks like Clarkin, who we know can hit it from this kind of distance, to get the ball in the box, and Nottingham will be looking for second ball, spills from the keeper. Taken quickly. It's a shot from distance. The keeper will hold that relatively well. Took everyone by surprise, and Jacobs, on their home return, after they were back in the 11 last week at Loughborough, just looking to catch everyone off guard. But the keeper was switched on to that. And perhaps a chance for Stirling down there left. But it's Lewis Powell again. Does so well, and has even won the green and gold throw-in. And someone's left their coursework out on the pitch, I think, there. And now that's on top of the net. So if that's yours, please do go and retrieve it. Be Tweedy with the throw-in. Hamblin has made a run if the ball could be knocked forward by John, but it can't. Stirling will get the chance to launch an attack here from the left. Ball taken quickly inside. And it's 2-on-1 that Stirling are going to win this time in the centre of the park, and it'll go out wide to their right wing. The pass is on inside, but Meadows gets there first time and wins the throw-in. She has just been outstanding in her field this afternoon. And the second ball once again won by Nottingham. This time it's Hamblin who plays the ball forward. Wilshaw can't quite get on. I think that's actually John can't quite get on the end of that. We'll take the throw-in quickly to Wilshaw with all sorts of time there. The ball inside is on to Hamblin but comes back towards Clarkin. We'll take the safe option to Robinson. With so many options. The ball inside to Anderson. 1-on-1 with the keeper. It's a great turn. Oh, it's dragged just wide. Again, the left side of the post. But that was a great bit of intricate play. Found the gap in the middle of the Stirling defence. Turned well by Anderson, but just couldn't quite find the back of the net, but had the goalkeeper stranded a little bit.
Yeah, it was good play. I think, disappointing from a Stirling perspective to just have that amount of room on the edge of the box, probably not getting close enough in terms of the marking, but probably would have liked to have done better there with that opportunity. And again, I think 1-0 is a dangerous scoreline. I think we'll be trying to get a second before half-time. You've
got to be hitting the target from that kind of distance, you'd say. And we're getting towards half-time. Matt, what do you think Jake's going to be saying to the team in the dressing room at half-time?
Oh, I think we'll be really happy. It's chalk and cheese compared to this match that we watched 2 weeks ago. I think the football has been really good to watch. This is more similar to the scenes that we saw last season. A team that was really good at keeping possession, had a bit of flair about them as well, and was using those wide positions to excellent effect. And I think we've seen that today. Clearly, again, the research that's gone in has worked. You can just see now, the numbers in midfield, the overload, the kind of lack of press, and that ball through, again, just one misplaced there. But it's been fantastic. So I think you'll be really happy with how things go. The chance here, it's in. It's a goal.
And it's a goal for the University of Nottingham. Anderson getting on the end of some unconvincing defending. The ball bounced pretty kindly for the green and gold. And it's 2-0 to Nottingham against Stirling. 48 minutes on the clock. And talk about, it doesn't matter how they go in. Got to take any chance you can get. And for all, like I said earlier, for all the good football and intricate build-up there's been this afternoon, it's come from a bit of a Stirling error there. They won't be too best pleased with their defending, but you've got to be in the right place at the right time to score as a striker, and Anderson absolutely was there.
Absolutely, and they do say, sometimes you earn your luck as well, and I think we have deserved, an opportunity to go our way after the chances we've created. So a real defensive mix-up at the back there. Again, there will be disappointment on Stirling's side of things, but absolutely taking that opportunity, and 2-0 is suddenly looking a lot more comfortable as we kind of approach the half-time mark.
And just, completely disregards everything we just talked about going in at half-time, 1-0 up.
A lot less dangerous as a scoreline, 2-0. Or is it?
You're asking the wrong person, Matt, I'm afraid. In the comments, is 1-0 or 2-0 a more dangerous scoreline? Let us know. And while you're there, like, subscribe and turn that notification bell on to make sure you don't miss anything from the University of Nottingham sport. It'll be John with a good turn to find a little bit of space, and the ball forward will find Lewis Powell in absolutely acres of space. 2 players in the box in Hamblin and Anderson. Comes back to Hamblin onto their first time finish and found the bottom corner. It's a fantastic first time finish. The ball came from John looking out wide right. Lewis Powell, who had so much space and time. A quick ball, reverse ball back inside, and Hamblin with a left foot first time guides the ball into the bottom left-hand corner, and this game has got away from Stirling very quickly, but you've seen the confidence in attack that Nottingham have. And as we approach the final few minutes of the half, it's the University of Nottingham 3, the University of Stirling 0, and that does take us to half-time, and how a game can turn in the space of a few minutes. Nottingham go in with a 3-0 advantage and all the confidence in the world. Matt, what are your thoughts on that exciting and thrilling end to a first half here in Nottingham?
Yeah, fantastic end and exactly what they needed. I think it's nothing less than what they've deserved. It's been a fantastic half of football. We see Jake there with the whiteboard. I don't think he'll need to write much on it, to be honest, because absolutely, if there's more of the same in the second half, then this will be a comprehensive victory. I think now it's just a case of making sure we get the job done, finish it off, take the 3 points home, and then it's on to 2 massive final fixtures over the course of the next few weeks. But no, fantastic first half. I'm sure we'll get a look at potentially some of those key opportunities. But it's been good, been really enjoyable to watch. And like I said in commentary earlier on, the difference compared to 2 weeks ago, it looks like a completely different side.
Yeah, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes, so get up, make yourself a brew, get some biscuits, and tune in for a goal fest in the second half, one can only assume. See you in 15.
They're all coming now. Want to have a quick team photo?
Yeah.
And which end are you celebrating? That side or that side? This side. Okay.
Yeah, we're coming to you.
I just had surgery. I tore my meniscus.
Are you sure something's wrong? Well, if anything
I was on the court outside again. Get up and look really good.
Can we like take a photo and it's like completely safe? I've already saw it.
Oh, have you?
And I want like celebration.
Yeah, we'll do one quick one.
Yeah, in the corner.
Yeah. What celebration?
Yeah.
Telling you.
Welcome back to the YouTube stream for the Aldi BUCS Premier North Division fixture between the University of Nottingham and the University of Stirling. Second half just about to get underway. Nottingham lead 3-0 in all green, shooting from right to left, with Stirling in all black, shooting from left to right. Before we get cracking with our second half, some exciting things currently going on within UN Sport and upcoming. Matt, there's some elite sport coming our way on a Monday of all days.
Absolutely. So it's the return of our award-winning headliner series sponsored by Red Bull, and it sees the return of the National Badminton League. It's been a few years now out, but that will be returning on Monday, the 4th of December, 7:30 start. Tickets are priced at £3 for students. Do get down here. It's going to be a fantastic event. We're taking on High Wycombe, and it will also include the return of Johnny Torgerson, one of our famous alumni, multiple national and European university medalists. So definitely get down to that. Tickets are now on sale on the Eventbrite page. Just find out more on the UN Sport channels.
Yeah, and thanks, Matt. Sure to be a great fixture against High Wycombe, as you said. Not Wimbledon, as you said with us at half-time. That was a close shave. And speaking of close shaves, the University of Nottingham this year are taking part in the Movember campaign.
Lovely link there, sir. Well done.
Thanks. That's taken me 15 minutes. The University of Nottingham have so far raised £74,000 and lead the UK University League table on that front, with men's hockey, men's rugby and medics football pulling the weight for the green and gold. Just a fantastic cause, all about men's health, men's mental health, and something that the University of Nottingham students seem to get behind really well. Check out UN Sport, Movember UN on Instagram to find out more about the campaign. We've had some Movember ambassadors in reception here at the Dayrell Sports Village earlier today with a 60-mile ride, raising some money on the old watt bikes from the gym. And it's great to see so many teams, clubs, societies and students just getting involved with a really important campaign that brings a lot of attention and needed openness, talking about men's mental health especially, but all men's health. So if you're able to get on board with that campaign, we'd be really grateful and appreciative. And I've just been told that some of the women's football and futsal team joined the Movember campaign with the options are grow and mow or move, and they did a move, a big run in the last few days. So great effort from the women's football and futsal team there, and I know that the Movember campaign here at Nottingham will be loving that. And actually, as of last week, the University of Nottingham sat in the top 50 of fundraisers in the world for groups of fundraisers, which is pretty remarkable for a small little university. Well, not small, a big university, but young people getting behind a campaign that's clearly important to them. The second half here is underway though, and not really much going on to speak of yet. Stirling with a couple of early throw-ins on the left-hand side, and no changes that we're aware of for either side, except in the centre of the park it looks like for Nottingham, with Lucy Robinson off and number 5 for Nottingham, who we will work out who that is, in take on that holding midfield role, and has also seems to have swapped with Thea Clarkin, who's gone towards the right hand side, and number 5 covering the left. John beats 2 defenders though, and will have a chance to run at the Stirling defence. The ball inside to Anderson is on, beats the player, and the cross comes in. It's going to go out for a corner on that right hand side. It's great driving run from John, who wins a corner, and it'd be an early chance for Nottingham to get the ball into the box.
Yeah, great play again, John, the real engine of this side. As we see a quick corner taken again, the high energy that we saw in the first half is continuing. in the second half. Just unlucky there, the ball rolls out for a goal kick. But I think, we're hoping for more of the same, a little bit of a change in midfield, but I think the system will remain the same. It worked really well in that first half, and as I say, hopefully a couple more goals for us to come.
Nottingham come down the right with that engine that Matt mentioned. John again beats the defender, look to get the ball into the box. Oh, it's nearly a great turn. Linesperson sees nothing wrong with the tackle. Perhaps some claims for a penalty there, but it'll be seen out and it'll be a Nottingham throw. Just a quick correction on the substitution there. It was not Robinson that went off, still playing in the centre of the park, just at the bottom of your screen there, and it was Theo Clarkin that has gone off, we think. It's interesting to see how that changes things for Nottingham. But it's Stirling keeper to clear the ball away, and Tweedy shouldn't have any problems dealing with that there. I think what we're seeing actually is Captain Jacobs has stepped up into a midfield role with Robinson dropping back into the heart of that back three. And it'll be interesting to see what that brings. We know how good Robinson was in the first half with the ball at her feet. So maybe just help Nottingham build up even better than the first half. Well, I'm not sure how that's possible. And we're seeing it here again. Anderson first to the ball with options down the right. And Lewis Powell. Can they get a crossing? Beat the defender onto their left foot. Back to Anderson. First time shot. Just couldn't get any power behind it. Stirling will clear, but only as far as the Northern Ireland international in Tweedy. Wins the ball back. Some unconvincing defending from, well, unconvincing play from either side, and it'll go out on the halfway line for a Nottingham throw-in. Jacobs taking up that new midfield role. Will get to the ball first, and it'll fall nicely for Lewis Powell. Back out to Tweedy, and go all the way back to Hazelton, who's barely had a kick of the ball in this opening 50 minutes for Nottingham. But Nottingham really taking hold of the game now, and with this 3-0 advantage, you'd fully expect them to do that. Opportunity for perhaps some of the subs to get some game, build some goal difference as well. We saw the table, how tight that was at the start of the fixture, and chance to build a bit of confidence and a bit of morale going into those tricky fixtures we talked about with Durham and St Andrews coming up. Stirling throwing will fall to a Nottingham boot, and it's cleared for the number 4 of Stirling to just hook out of play.
Yeah, we can see a little bit of movement potentially on the UN bench. A couple of players there warming up. See Gio Pereira there in the grey tracksuit bottoms, one of the US scholars. I think that's the luxury that you can potentially have when you're 3-0 up, potentially get some fresh legs on, rest up. As you mentioned, Sean, 2 massive games, league-defining games coming up over the next 2 against the likes of Durham and then St Andrews. So, I think if Jake can take that opportunity to rest some of the players and keep them injury-free, I think that will be taken.
Absolutely, and Nottingham will look to come forward on the left with Meadows. The ball inside. Hamlin plays it first time out to Wilshaw, who had a great first half. Beats the defender again. We've seen how good the footwork can be. Looking for the ball inside, and it's squirmed under the keeper. And that'll take it to 4-0. University of Nottingham lead, the University of Stirling. And it's Lauren Wilshaw, you have to say, has absolutely deserved a goal this afternoon, Matt.
Yeah, 100%. It's fantastic play again on the left-hand side as we see them running over to the corner flag now. The cameraman has arrived in Richie, but no, fantastic play. Really well worked, really quick feet. It's kind of really... She's mastered that. It's that slow movement and then just the acceleration down that byline, and really, as you say, Sean, has deserved a goal there, and it might be that is enough, and there's going to be a substitution.
So it is Emily Jacobs off and Anderson both making way. Gio Pereira, who we mentioned just a few minutes ago, he's on. and Driscoll into the centre of the park for Jacobs. And Nottingham once again just finding themselves with so much time and space with the ball, spreading it out wide to Tweedy, who looks to play the ball forward, and Pereira looks to get on the end of that, but the offside flag has been put up, and that'll put any halt to that. But now you see the changes that we talked about, Matt, earlier on, coming into play, and a chance for some fresh legs and potentially to add to this lead.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes complete sense. As we said, kind of what I would expect in this situation. You've got a comfortable lead. There's no need to take too many risks now. It's a case of just kind of getting through to the rest of this game injury-free as we look ahead to the next couple of fixtures. Again, we continue to see that excellent build-up play. Unfortunately, just got away there from Wilshaw, but expansive football. And to be fair, you can kind of get away on this type of surface. The ball does grip a bit more. It's not one of these kind of wet grass, slick surface. So I think we're seeing that opportunity of when the time is right to play that ball over the top and try and continue to use those wide spaces really well. As it looks like, is there potentially some more substitution? No, I think it's just a slight delay in the game. And as we've seen so much of today, just real controlled possession from the green and gold. They do look really comfortable here, knocking the ball around. Again, no need to take too many risks, although playing out of the back can always be a little cause for concern. But again, look how much space there is on this left-hand side, which we'll look to exploit as it comes back out to on the left-hand side. Really well worked to the ball. Wilshaw has a second of the game. Fantastic, simple goal really. Take it to the byline, cross it back in, first time finish, and that is really excellent play from UON. And this will be doing the team's confidence a world of good. This is exactly the kind of result you need going into the final two games of the season. And it will be a substitution here for Stirling. As the game gets underway.
Thanks, Matt. You'll have noticed my voice missing from the commentary there. I was just scouring the YouTube comments, and we had a comment from a listener called Jess Nuttall, who I think is your Union Development Officer in the University of Nottingham SU, whose favourite hopper bus stop, and I have to say thanks for tuning in wherever you are on campus, and mentioning that your favourite hopper bus stop was Library Road, due to how easy it is to get into the SU, where you can make change and amplify your voice, and importantly get to Mooch and Portland Coffee, everyone's favourite retail outlets on campus. And while you're there, don't forget to try out the new and refurbished Mooch. And I believe there's a bit of an offer on food and drink at the moment. Check out for some vouchers, and while you're over in Portland Coffee, don't forget to get your loyalty card, the 10th coffee free. And with the amount of studying coming up over this winter period and into exam season, you can bet people will be making the absolute most of that. Back to the game, it's going to be Meadows, who looks to have gone into that central defensive position, with Emily Driscoll, the substitute, coming on towards the left-hand side, and she'll be able to drive with the ball down this left wing. Look to play it forward inside to Pereira, who brings the ball under well. First time into Robinson, who's looking for Wilshaw, who will fancy herself to get on the end of that. Does, and is one-on-one with the defender, who she's had a number for this entire game. The ball inside. It's fine. Penfold just had a shot. Oh, it's tipped over by the Stirling keeper. almost wrong-footed, caught us all by surprise. It will be a corner kick, but you've seen how quickly Nottingham can turn relatively comfortable possession into a goal-scoring opportunity, and that was great play by Pereira initially to hold on to the ball in the centre of the park. Driscoll, who'd driven forward, and Wilshaw, who stood up the defender really well and picked out a brilliant pass. There'll be a corner for Nottingham as a result.
Yep, excellent play again. More of the same on that left-hand side. Certainly player of the match in my eyes at the moment, Wilshaw, playing really well as she drills a ball into the box, back post just a bit too far over the top, and that will just trickle out for a goal kick.
Coming up to the hour mark here is the University of Nottingham 5, the University of Stirling 0. Pereira wins the battle inside there, and Hamblin will deal with that with a lot of composure, coming outside to Driscoll, looking to play the ball forward, just not on the same page as Clara John there, and that'll go awkwardly out for a throw-in, you have to say, down by the corner flag. And a chance for Nottingham to really pin in the Stirling defenders. Wilshaw with a great ball inside to John. Now to Hamblin, who will look to open up with right foot shot. It's deflected. The keeper will get there before it goes out for a corner. There's a good opportunity for Nottingham and plenty of space on the edge of the box coming inside from the throw-in on the left-hand side for Nottingham. Stirling keeper will get it away, and Driscoll will be first to that and finds her substitute partner, Penfold, who just can't find a green shirt going forward. It's kept in so well on the right-hand side. There are plenty of options in the box. Cut back inside on the left. The referee somewhat gets in the way, but hops over it quite gracefully, and it'll be out for a Nottingham throw. That was Larkin out on the right-hand side, subbed on for Lewis Powell, who got the goal, which really set things going for Nottingham in this game, in a well-earned rest, you'd have to say. And Meadows comes forward, the shot on goal from a really tight angle, held well by the keeper, who struggled with a few going under her body for some goals this afternoon. Stirling will get a chance to just reset, but you can see from this wide angle just how far forward the Nottingham front line is pushed. 4 or 5 players all within the Stirling half, even from the goal kick. It just means coming forward for Nottingham, there's so many options, so much time and space as well. Stirling will come out with the ball then, find a neat ball forward to the striker, chipped forward looking for a strike partner. A bit of a bumbling tackle, you'd have to say, from Robinson. The referee sees nothing wrong with it, and there's plenty of time for Hazelton to keep the ball, but there's going to be a stoppage in play whilst the Stirling player receives some treatment, and it looks like their number 7, who you'd have to say out of anyone for the Stirling team has been most likely to be a threat with a quick feet, but nothing's really worked for Stirling this afternoon. Is that credit to Nottingham, Matt?
Yeah, I think absolutely. It's been a fantastic performance. We've controlled the possession for, well, all of the game, to be honest with you, and there's been some real flashes of excellence as well, and some fantastic skills. And I think, again, as I mentioned in the first half, this is more of the side that took us to that championship victory last year. Some real exciting players, really attacking in the way that we're playing, but good control possession on the ball. And it's been a pleasure to watch so far.
Matt's just looking for some other results from around the grounds. Nothing yet, though. Just a quick apology to any Jemima Larkin and Amelia Penfold fans out there. We've just got their numbers mixed up. Can confirm it is Larkin number 5 in the centre of the park and Penfold out on the right hand side. So my apologies, and send any concerns and feedback through to @NTU Sport on Instagram. Just while we've got a break in play, talk about some things going on this week. This week is our Martial Arts Week here at the University of Nottingham Sport, where we put a bit of a spotlight on all the martial arts based clubs at the university with just play sessions. That's free beginner based sessions, run by students for students. And this week we've got all sorts coming up. So tonight in the David Ross Sports Village you can try out judo from 6 till 8, and then from 8 till 10:30 we've got Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I was down at the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu on Monday night. Looked like a real fun experience. If you've got a friend that you want to throw on the floor, that is absolutely the place to do it safely. And over at the Jubilee Sports Centre we've got non-Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, known simply as Jiu-Jitsu, and that's from 6 till 8. And if you time it well, get down to the David Ross Sports Village after this game for 4 o'clock till 6, the ever-growing popular mixed martial arts, you'll know it as MMA. But sessions running throughout the week, both here at David Ross and the Jubilee Sports Centre, so check it out. Great way to meet new people, get involved and learn some moves. Matt, are you much of a martial arts man?
I've done a little bit of martial arts in my time, but no, it's a fantastic opportunity to come and try a new sport. All of the clubs are also offering a 20% discount on club membership as well if you decide that actually this is something that I want to do and something I want to continue to commit to through the rest of the year, so have a look at that. But another prime example of when that hopper bus really comes in. If you need to get that trip to David Ross, stops right outside, so you can't go wrong.
You can't argue with that. Back to the action, and it'll be Robinson to beat the defender, and the ball will come inside to Hamblin, who seems to have all the time in the world to find the pass out to Driscoll on the left. But that ball forward, reminiscent of 2 weeks ago with the sloppy passes, but does really well to recover and get a foot on the ball. And it'll be a combination of Larkin and Robinson to play it back to Hazelton for what can only be a third touch of the game. And that's out to the right to be cleared forward to John, and I think that's Tweedy who's gone into the middle of the park, but it'll come out to Driscoll on the left with options going forward. The dangerous Wilshaw, the ball through to Hamblin. He's onside, 1-1 with the keeper with the left foot. The keeper makes herself big and clutches onto the ball after the first time save. That was easy for Nottingham to get forward. Plenty of space down the left. Wilshaw again influencing the game. And although Hamblin's got 1 goal already, you have to say absolutely deserves a second.
Yeah, interesting call from the defender, calling for the offside, but it was actually the one that was playing her onside. So, plenty of space again in behind the back. And we're seeing now as we get towards the back end of this game, a few tired legs out there. We've obviously been able to bring on, plenty of new players, which just means that hopefully these chances will keep coming. But another professional performance really, and we'll just be looking to see this out now, and as I mentioned earlier, try and just stay injury free ahead of those next 2 big fixtures.
Yeah, 2 crucial fixtures as you mentioned, against St Andrews and Durham coming up, and they're looking to take this form and this confidence forward into those. So it looks like Meadows has gone back out into the defence onto the right hand side. The ball inside to John is brilliant. Can she find Pereira? No, turns around. Oh, and has that gone in? The finish on the turn, it looked like, we are miles away, but it looked like it bounced over the line. The rubber bounced up. This is a proper Manuel Neuer, Frank Lampard situation we've got going on here. Where is the goal line technology? You have to ask, where's the operations team downstairs to get that installed ASAP? Looked like it had gone in. But Nottingham will come forward again with 2 options. John can't go out wide because of the offside. Brings it inside onto left foot. No, with the right. Goes for goal to try and make up. Keeper saves it. It's not a great attempt at a clearance. The ball's back inside. And on the edge of the 6-yard box, the Stirling defender can clear, but Matt, that went in, didn't it?
Well, if you joined us 2 weeks ago, we had a very similar occurrence where it looked like the ball didn't go over and was given, and I think in this occasion we've got the opposite. It looked to me that the ball had crossed the line. Again, as you referred to, there has been many moments in football in history where that has occurred, and oof. We'll have a look.
We're going to watch it back. Eyes on the linesperson on the far side to see if they would have had a better view. But the ball came inside. It's a great touch from John to take past the defender. Beats the defender. Oh, it's absolutely gone in. I'm a bit speechless. It looked relatively obvious first time round. The replayers absolutely consolidated that opinion for me. If you're in the comments or on the WhatsApp like my grandma, just did that go in, yes or no?
Yeah, and if you do want to start a petition to see VAR and goal line technology into the BUCS programme, then that would be something that we'd be supportive of. Let's just have another look, but we'll slow it down this time for you, and you can make your own mind up. As Sean said, let us know in the comments what you think. Ball played in, nice little turn there, good use of the feet, one way, and a great shot on the turn. And for me, that is a goal, Sean.
We don't even need Gary Neville describing how a ball goes over a line to know that has absolutely gone in. We're going to have one last look at it. It's a great bit of space picked up by John in the middle to get ahead of the defender. First touch stops them both in their tracks, turns, the ball hits the bar, and it's definitely bounced over the line. Keeper is absolutely stranded. It looks like Wilshaw, though, in the follow-up to that attempt, has had to go off, potentially for some treatment. Been an absolute star player for the green and gold this afternoon. Nottingham will go on with 10 for now. We'll have to see if there's any chance that Wilshaw can get back on the pitch. But you'd think with a 5-0 lead, Nottingham wouldn't want to take many risks. The tricky play from John on the right-hand side, cuts it inside, just can't find Hamblin, who was coming in from the midfield position. It's going to be Penfold, but the ball has gone out of play. Linesperson managed to see that one. Obviously, no hard feelings between me and the linesperson, who I may or may not know personally. It'll be a free kick for Stirling to take. A goal kick, my apologies. Wilshaw has made it back onto the pitch, and did have a bit of space actually on the left-hand side there. Tweedy tried to play it forward through to the right. It's going to be Hamblin with the first-time shot, not the first-time shot, just a shot with the left foot. It's gone wide left of the goal. And again, this is just, Matt has just thrown his notebook on the floor in frustration that that's not gone in. Have to just calm a few nerves there, Matt. But Nottingham are absolutely just piling on the pressure here, and you wouldn't be surprised to see a 6th or even a 7th goal go in. We do, however, have some scores from around the David Ross Sports Village, with the women's ones water polo winning 19-4 and the men's ones water polo winning 13-3. So some pretty comprehensive victories there against Edinburgh, and a comprehensive win looking like on the cards here for Nottingham against another Scottish rival. And my grandma has a text in who says absolutely a goal, so if she can see it at 83, then it's all but confirmed really. Throwing for Stirling in the left back position. Just on the comms, you might be picking up a bit of background noise from the Wi-Fi team that are here, but can confirm the only lightning speed we've seen this afternoon is from the wingers of the University of Nottingham. It's played forward through to Pereira with plenty in the box to aim for. It looked a tip. Oh, it's just tipped well wide of the goal. It's an absolutely crucial save from the keeper. I think that was Penfold on the right-hand side there, who took the ball first time, almost catching the keeper off guard. But it will come out for a throw-in for Nottingham. And Tweedy will try to get on the end of this. Some quick feet and a lucky bounce. He's a one-on-one with the defender. The safe option is Wilshaw on the left-hand side. Plays it back to Driscoll. Inside for John. Looking for Pereira to get on the end of it, but it's just out of her reach, and it will go harmlessly behind for a goal kick. But Nottingham just showing that they can turn it on when they need to, Matt.
Absolutely, in full control here. Obviously tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and actually it's probably only Stirling that will just be thankful that the full-time whistle is only 15 minutes away. It's been a dominant display here from the ON, and yeah, this is exactly what they needed. Do you not like that one, Sean?
I'm going to not comment, Matt. If we could keep the jokes to me, that would be great, thanks. This is Driscoll in the left-back position, marauding forward with actually telling Wilshaw where she wanted to play the ball. Didn't quite come off that time. Not quite on the same page, but the idea was right, absolutely, and better execution, and Nottingham were on their way into the Stirling box once again. Stirling will get a chance to clear their lines with a throw-in. The header is won by Larkin. Matt mentioned earlier that there are plenty of fixtures going on at the Davros Sports Village for UON this afternoon and into this evening with the volleyball, but if you can't make it down to the village this evening, there's some more live sport via our YouTube stream in terms of netball. Matt, tell us more.
Yeah, absolutely. So next live stream coming up for you at 5 o'clock. We'll see the University of Nottingham first team netball take on Manchester Met. Manchester Met ran out winners when we played them in the away leg, so we'll be hoping to get on winning terms this time. It will be a tough fixture, but be certainly one to come down and watch, or if you can't make it, as Sean said, get on that live stream. But always trying to bring you live sport when we can. It's something we're really passionate about doing. You might, if you've joined us before, seen some of the women's football fixtures, or potentially some of the National League hockey as well, which we've been covering. Certainly an area that we're looking to grow. So plenty more live streams to come over the course of the rest of this year.
And that is a composed bit of defending from Stirling there. But they can't clear their lines. And it will be Penfold who wins the throw, looking for options. A bit static for Nottingham. The throw will come inside to Larkin with a great first time ball. It's fantastic football. There's Hamblin, finds John, but the offside flag has gone up. That was Tweedy, actually. That was great football. First time, quick interchange of play for Nottingham. Offside flag gone up though. Stirling will get a chance to clear. 77 minutes played here in Nottingham, and the darkness is descending on the 3G pitch. But it has been a bright performance from the green and gold, who will be looking to add a 6th or even a 7th before play is up this afternoon. The Stirling keeper will look to punt this one forward, getting plenty of air and distance on that. Larkin wins the header, nodding it back to Meadows, and Hazelton with a clearance that is charged down well, and Stirling will get on the end of this. But it looks like Meadows over on that far side winning the ball back, but losing out a second time. Long balls forward, and calls for offside in the studio, but it's gone behind before any danger. And you know what's there. That's everyone's favourite hopper bus passing. And they'll have seen a goal every time they've been passed, Matt.
Yeah, again, if you've stayed on that bus, you've been probably entertained with a fantastic performance. Comes, as we say, right outside in front of that DRSV 3G, and actually there's probably a day pass which would get you quite a lot of entertainment. But no, overall, I think we've got to be happy with this today. As I know I've mentioned it a few times, but I think what you need going into the end of the season is some confidence. We know that there would have been frustrations from the early part of this year with a couple of missed opportunities, a couple of draws, a couple of narrow defeats as well. So I think this really, hopefully, is that turning point in the season. And again, as the status of defending champions, I think there's still a massive opportunity to go all the way this year as well, although we are kind of awaiting the results of Durham and St Andrews to know what will be the situation as we head into next week.
Just for our newer viewers, Matt, can you explain how that end of season works? Obviously, 6 teams in the Aldi BUCS Premier North division. How does that turn into a knockout competition at the end of the season?
Yeah, so the league tends to culminate around end of January time. That's when all the fixtures will be done, and then that league table, both the Premier North and the Premier South, so the 2 leagues of 6 as you mentioned, will essentially then create the seedings for the cup competition. If you do rank number 1, it does mean that you get a bye in the early stages, as it goes straight through, as the top 2 get a bye, in both the North and the South, as you play in that last 8. And that's then a knockout competition that takes you right through to Big BUCS Wednesday, which we have hosted for the last few years. An awesome event on campus with plenty of finals, and we are the reigning, most successful university in that in terms of number of finalists we've had as well. Plenty more information and kind of details from that over the last couple of years on the website. But yeah, so it goes into seedings, and then it'll be a knockout stage as well. So you get a trophy not only for winning the league, but also for winning that championship as well.
Thanks, Matt. And Nottingham will come forward again. A collision on the edge of the box. The shot has come across, is charged down by the number 4 for Stirling, but it's going to come out again for Meadows. Plays the ball in. It's nodded just off the head of Pereira, but will fall out to this left side for Driscoll, who can fire a shot in with the left foot, and it's found the bottom corner across the face of goal. That will take it to Nottingham 6, Stirling 0. 81 minutes played, and that's probably the finish of the afternoon, Matt.
Yeah, that is awesome placement there. The keeper has got down to it, but actually I think anywhere else that's a save, and that was perfectly placed in that far right hand corner. But no, it's again nothing more than we've deserved. A dominant display, and again the goals are just kind of bringing about more and more confidence within this side, and it's great we've been able to make the changes, but the goals keep flowing.
Yeah, and Stirling will just be looking for the game to finish now, but Nottingham absolutely not ready to put this tie away. The ball's played forward. The keeper will come out to beat John to it, and launches a quick counter-attack through the long ball. But again, Nottingham first to absolutely everything. And the ball's coming out towards the left, with Tweedy and Wilshaw able to clear up, and it'll be Driscoll to play it forward towards Wilshaw. He's been quiet since the injury, you'd have to say, but no need to kind of put anything at risk, and the ball will go out for a Stirling throw underneath the camera on the halfway line on the right hand side for Stirling. Nottingham managing to clear the lines with Hazelton out wide towards Meadows, who played it forward. cleared relatively easily by Stirling, who will get to the ball first. Meadows steps in again, plays it out wide for John, who's taking up that wider position. The offside flag has gone up though against Amelia Penfold. Stirling will get a chance to clear, but you've seen John there, Matt, just in these last kind of 10-15 minutes occupying that half space forward in between the striker and the winger and finding quite a lot of success there.
Absolutely, plenty of space. Player of her calibre as well, you know, can take time on the ball, can find that pass. It's been a really composed performance actually from all the midfield, well, all the team really, but I think there's been some real highlights here, and this is certainly the type of form we'll be wanting to kind of keep going into the rest of the season.
Some nice play though down the right, and Penfold will look for John, who's beaten to it, and it'll be a throw-in for Nottingham, which Meadows will take. Looking forward to Pereira, who hasn't been too much in the game since coming on, but finds a nice ball inside to John, who can beat the defender, claiming for a corner. Linesperson gives a goal kick instead. But the majority of the action in the last kind of 10 minutes, as we've said, down that right-hand side. You wonder whether that injury to Wilshaw earlier on has something to play in that. You wonder whether Pereira will be looking for a goal for herself, coming off the bench, trying to stake a claim as the starting striker for the upcoming fixtures. We've seen Driscoll come on and find the back of the net, which will absolutely help her cause in terms of creating a selection headache for Jake coming up. Nottingham pretty much camped on the edge of the Stirling box. The ball comes in, it goes through literally every player, and Wilshaw will get onto it and find Driscoll again, who's driving inside. Will she look to shoot again? She will. Almost an identical effort to 5 minutes ago. The keeper gets down this time, a little bit less power on the shot, and can hold on and gives Stirling the chance to just get some bodies forward and relieve some pressure on the goal. And the header is missed that time though by the Nottingham player, and Stirling will get on the ball. But Robinson is just absolutely, well, I thought that was a relatively good bit of defending. The linesperson disagrees there, and it'll be a free kick for Stirling. Their kind of only chance in the game so far to get the ball into the box and put some pressure on Hazelton, who's had relatively little to do in the green and gold goal.
Yeah, very different from a few weeks ago where she was the standout player really, but tonight has been, well, this afternoon, very quiet, which again, sometimes you don't mind as a goalkeeper. You've got to always be ready, and there might be an opportunity here where might be tested, but it's been a pretty quiet evening so far. Oh, just got all the way through there.
And it's Robinson again there to clear as the last-ditch defender, who I have to say has had an absolutely fantastic game, been so calm and confident on the ball, and seemed to have made the right decision every single time. And there again in the right place to just calmly deal with what you could tell by Matt's voice was a pretty panicky situation, and Nottingham will be able to get out on the left with Wilshaw with a nice 1-2, and looks forward to John with just one player to beat, but it's good defending from the Stirling defender to just get the ball out for a throw, which Nottingham will take. There'll be no rush to take. Driscoll finds Hamblin back out with Driscoll and come inside looking for Tweedy, who's moved into that more of a midfield role. It's a great one too with John, but again that defender, it's a good battle. That's been a good battle over the last few minutes between John and that Stirling defender. This time the Stirling defender coming out on top, and Wilshaw will play a nice ball inside to Tweedy. The ball opens up for a shot. It's hit the bar again. The keeper almost got something onto it. It was potentially tipped onto the bar. This time definitely didn't bounce over the line, but it will come out relatively well, and it'll be Meadows who can race through, and that is pretty much a field goal attempt through the yellow uprights, but wrong spot, I'm afraid. But great movement on this left to create the space that went inside for Tweedy, who opened up. And we talked about them efforts from earlier on, and specifically Tweedy actually from distance being a threat, and that one was as close as she's been all afternoon.
Yeah, many times now there's been some of those long range efforts, but again finding plenty of space on the edge of the box. Defenders kind of camped inside and really not applying any pressure, and then we saw it kind of recycle back out to the right hand side, but unfortunately just leaning back on the shot there, which sees it sail over for 3 points. But it's a couple of minutes now, 3 or 4 minutes to go. Just want to see this one out now and send Stirling obviously back. Quite a long trip back up north of the border.
Into the final minute of standard normal time of the 90. Nottingham will come away again on the left. Wilshaw probably looking for a hat-trick if she can, or to create a goal to add to her 2 goals so far. One-on-one with the defender, you know how tricky her feet can be. Skips past the defender onto her right foot. Will she take the shot on? Another step over inside. Oh, and just tries to find Tweedy on the edge of the box, but the defender steps in. Will be Larkin to battle and win the ball back, and there's plenty of space out wide for Penfold, who can play it inside perhaps. Looking maybe as a cross or a shot. Pereira was racing in at the near post, but keeper's first to it, holds onto it well, and you know, despite the fact that the Stirling keeper's been absolutely peppered in this game and conceded 5, you have to say she's stood up well to an array of attempts from Nottingham. It's been absolutely their best player so far, and the scoreline could be completely different without her. But she'll be under pressure again. Penfold gets the ball inside from John. One-on-one, the keeper steps up again, and it's fallen to Pereira, and it's gone in. The Lions person's flag has not gone up. The goal stands, and that is a 7th for the University of Nottingham. We talked about Pereira wanting to get on the score sheet. She has done. Talk about being in the right place at the right time. And there's actually going to be a bit of consultation between the referee and the linesperson. It looks like the goal is confirmed, and Nottingham lead 7-0 against a University of Stirling side who will be wishing for absolutely nothing more than to just get on that hopper bus and leave the David Ross Sports Village as soon as possible. We've hit 90 minutes, and it's just a matter of time now before the final whistle goes. Plenty of goals, you're absolutely right. But a convincing performance from Nottingham in this, in both halves really. 2 from Wilshaw, Driscoll on the score sheet, Hamblin, Lewis Powell opened the scoring, and Anderson was in the right place at the right time, and Pereira exactly the same just now. Just somewhat to bumble it over the line. And is there time for an 8th for Nottingham? The ball comes out wide to Wilshaw, who seems to have won this battle all day. Ball forward to Hamblin, through to Wilshaw, not quite tall enough to keep that in with her head. It'll be a Stirling throw.
Yeah, just one thing for people that are maybe newer to BUCS, one interesting fact is that a lot of the leagues are actually, goal difference doesn't matter too much. It's more done on the head-to-head. So whilst the goals are nice here, actually if there was a tie, it would come down to the head-to-head result between the 2 teams to decide who comes out on top. So just an interesting fact there that is slightly different to your standard football leagues.
And that's why we have Matt here, and that's really helpful. Thank you, Matt. Because I think I did talk about goal difference earlier on, but a bit of an obsolete comment in the end. The throw-ins forward for Stirling, but Wilshaw, taking on defensive duties pretty well there, finding a teammate in green, and Nottingham can clear. Stirling can go out wide looking for the winger, but now that means there is plenty of space. It looks like Penfold on the right, although it's a heavy touch, and the Stirling defender can get there. The ball's played across though as Stirling keeper gets to it. Great outstretched arm before Pereira, who was racing in again looking for a second. Great movement, real striker's movement, you'd have to say there. But Nottingham absolutely pouncing on that bit of space, and a bit of an error from the Stirling defender, but the keeper once again keeping a team in the game. Pereira this time dropping in deep, looking for the ball outright to Penfold, just not on the same page on that occasion. And it'll be a throw-in for Stirling as we tick towards the final few seconds of this game this afternoon. John with the ball inside to Wilshaw, looking to get the ball back off. Pereira's through. Offside is given this time. Again, it was a great save from the keeper, who just got in there quick off a line to really eliminate any danger that was coming forward. But nearly an eighth for Nottingham there.
Yeah, have to give full credit to the Stirling keeper. I think they've been absolutely excellent. You know, handling as well has been really, really strong. And actually, without them, it could have been a lot more. So, no, still a strong performance. And actually, the scoreline doesn't do that justice. Is that the full-time whistle? I believe it is. And there we have it. A fantastic, much-needed win for the University of Nottingham, 7-0 against Stirling.
Absolutely. A confident performance from Nottingham from the get-go. It was the early goal from, the early pressure, especially down the right, which led to the goal, which opened up the scoring from Milo Lewis-Powell with that low, hard drive that put Nottingham 1-0 up. And from then, 2 goals in quick succession before half-time gave Nottingham a 3-0 lead going into the break. And coming out into the second half, a few changes were made. Driscoll got on the score sheet itself. Hamblin, Anderson and Wilshaw with 2. Before Gio Pereira finished off the route with a real striker's finish. You have to be in the right place at the right time, don't you, Matt? Yeah, poacher's finish. Which led to a 7-0 victory for Nottingham. Standout player for Stirling, you have to say, was the goalkeeper, who put up with a lot of efforts coming in from both, inside and outside the box. And as you said, Matt, handling was absolutely excellent. Hazelton in goal for Nottingham had relatively little to do. Just the one corner and free kick that went into the box. But again, dealt with by the likes of Lucy Robinson, who had an exceptional game in the middle of the park and dropping into centre-back position when she needed to. Jake Poole will be really happy with this result. Gives plenty of confidence going forward to those tricky 2 fixtures coming up against Durham and St Andrews, who sit at the top above Nottingham in the league table. And that will be that for a goal-filled afternoon here at the David Ross Sports Village. Matt, do you have any final comments?
Thank you for joining us. Obviously, a fantastic performance, really enjoyable watch. Actually, a strong, confident display from the green and gold, and certainly much better than what we saw a couple of weeks ago. I think the coaches and the players will be really happy with that. And as you mentioned, Sean, 2 massive games. We obviously await the results, but that does take us on to 14 points. With it all still to play for. If you are hanging on with us, please do tune in to our next live stream coming up very shortly, and in just under an hour's time. That will be our netball first team taking on Manchester Met in what should also be a really exciting fixture as well. But thank you for joining, really enjoyed it. Hopefully we'll see you next time if we get invited back.